Hello everyone, welcome back to the Monaco Grand Prix here in Monte Carlo. Well, to be honest, I am feeling a bit worse for wear tonight again, as me and the admins have been partying hard. Favre Smithy, Alex, and myself have been out to Rascas up in Casino Square and all those other places as well. Yes, so goodness gracious me. But I hope the drivers haven't been partying too hard because they have got a race and that they have got to survive 39 laps around this tricky, tough, and well, basically, you got hardly anywhere to swing a cat, let alone a Formula One car. It is redonkulous how tight it is around here, but this is going to be a cracking race. I have no doubt about that because we've had two cracking races already here at ALR, so we are expecting a third one to charm as well. So all good stuff indeed. Then quick shout out to Echo, who is this his first race where he is well, he's given up smoking, hasn't he? So and he's given up all the nicotine and all that kind of stuff. So good luck to him. But unfortunately, he's a crazy young man, isn't he? To be first race in Monaco, and you've given up nicotine. But good luck to him as well. Really good stuff. So that's really cool to hear. Also, of course, former bronze and silver Grand Prix winner Ayrton's granddad was not very well the other day. So thoughts out to the young gentleman as well in the Hilton's family, of course. As yes, the Hiltons have been very important to ALR. I would hazard a guess then, as really. So yeah, definitely. That's. I hope his granddad's getting better. And also, we're talking of the Hiltons, and also their cousin Murphy. It was his 50th birthday on Sunday, so happy birthday to Daniel Murphy. Then, so of course, there's another year towards his pension and all that kind of malarkey. So good stuff indeed. Then, hello to you, Serious Mushroom. Then, of course, it is Serious Mushroom who is on course. He will hit 100 races in a row in Canada, Bronze Canada. And that includes the 100% League, of course, which is happening tomorrow as well, as we are in the Archive in Portugal. So that's really good stuff. Did look forward to that race tomorrow, actually. That's going to be a tough one. I don't think many drivers would have done a 100% race around Portugal before, so that's going to be interesting. Remember that Portugal is also on the going to potentially be overtaking China, albeit China has said that with the COVID restrictions being lifted in the country, that they could try and host the race. But if I'm not sure really how that's going to play out. That could get very nasty very quickly, really, about who's going to be hosting that one. So that's going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? Of course, also there's been a lot of chitter chatter in the old media, hasn't there, about Andretti Autosport, I think they're called, aren't they? And well, of course, they've now partnered up with Cadillac, which I'm really excited for because personally, I think having only 20 drivers, only having 20 drivers and 10 teams in Formula One is not enough. I think you need to have at least you need to have 24 drivers. You need to have 12 teams as well, in my humble opinion. But however, about 8 out of 10 teams is not happy about that, are they? And I think it's because it's probably down to greed more than anything else. If I am talking out of turn, I probably am. But that's just my humble opinion. I think that I do feel that the teams have got too much power in the world of Formula One, where they can pick and choose their competitors. Anyway, rant over. But basically, in a nutshell, I think that. More teams the merrier, to be honest. I think we should have 12 teams and 24 drivers. And of course, we'll have, and we won't have a ridiculous situation of the Formula 2 champion missing out on a Formula 1 seat then. Of course, that ain't going to happen. Of course, that's going to happen again this year, isn't it? Actually, isn't it? With Felipe Drugovich will not be. I think he's Aston Martin a reserve driver, isn't he, or a development driver or something like that? Which I think's absolutely appalling. The F2 champion is not being not participating in Formula One. But there we go. However, we do. It's good to hear young Oscar Piastri is on the grid next season. Looking forward to see what he could do. I am also looking forward to. There's another driver I really want to see in F1, but he did do very well last season, and of course, Taya Porcher, but hopefully has a good run at this in Formula 2 this season. I don't really know who's in Formula 2 and who's where at the moment this season. But yeah, I like title co-chair. To be honest, I think that Guan Yu Zhou needs to have a good season next season for the Alfa Romeo. But having said that, of course, I think it's the last time that Alfa Romeo will be called Alfa Romeo in 2023, as they would, I think, revert to Sauber, won't they, before making their full-blown, before going to Audi full-time in 2026. That's exciting. The Ultimate Beast, good luck everyone in ALR Bronze. Ultimate Beast finished a very fine 6th position last night. Ultimate Beast, since debuted in Silver a couple of weeks ago, well, quite longer than that now, isn't it? But of course, we've had Christmas and all that. He has been a fantastic. Oh goodness me! And who's that? And so it is pirouetting around there. I'm not sure. It's one of the Red Bulls. Then it could be. Is that New Potato? Let's name and shame it. Is New Potato? Unfortunately, he had a problem there, just coming out of the hairpit. Serious Mushroom, then Dry for Serious Mushroom. But I think that he's in the pit. He's not in the pits. He has actually decided to call it a day, as he doesn't want to be a part of the qualifying session. And this is the most important qualifying of the year, I would hazard a guess. Then, and last night. We've had, last 2 nights, we've had some incredible pole position times there. Oh, as Echo has hit the inside barrier there. Remember that we've had a couple of drivers do that in the past. I think Kimi Raikkonen did that as well. But Echo, I don't think has damaged the Alfa Romeo too badly, as he is carrying on with his lap and coming across the grid hatches as well. And it's the fastest man so far on a 12.922 on those medium compound tyres. My nose is running, but that's the only thing that does run in. That's the only thing that does run on me. Jinner goes fast. Then I think that Jinner has got I think that he's got. I think he's injured himself, and Jinner has. Then so Jinner is going to be fighting through the pain barrier tonight. So good luck to him. And what? And we talked about Echo and giving it the nicotine. Well, Jinner is also going to be in a bit of peril as well. I think halfway through this race, it could be the longest race in Jinner's career in ALR. But good luck to him. He is on such fine vets at the moment. There, he didn't want to miss this one, did he? TK's gone 5th fastest. Good to see TK in the session as well, as he was running a bit late, as was I, of course. But somehow still managed to fit in 4 sausage rolls before coming on there. Marski has gone 4th fastest. Brooksy, I think he's changed his name, but let's see if that also changed the run of form as well. He's gone 3rd fastest at this moment in time. Of course, I think that if drivers have had a bit of a difficult spell to begin their season, I think that having the Christmas break to have a reset, this is going to get very interesting very quickly this season it's in the second half of Bronze, but I feel that if you've had a difficult first 6 races, that Christmas break could have come at the best time ever, and you can just now reset and go again, can't you? And I must say that I think the Boxtel will definitely reset it, didn't he, on look at that, Diamond's gone neutral in the nose hairpin there, interesting. Of course, Boxtel won I think that was his 3rd Grand Prix win of his career in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Boxtel, propelled himself up into 3rd in the World Championship. We have also had Camera Racer last night. My goodness me, it was very much heartfelt what happened to Camera Racer, very reminiscent of Mika Hakkinen in the 2001 Spanish Grand Prix. A couple of corners from home, and he had a failure, didn't he? Was it a clutch failure for Hakkinen? I can't remember. It was a spectacular failure, nonetheless. Almost as spectacular Camera Racer's exit last night. Well, it wasn't an exit really. He finished 2nd in the end, but for 38 laps around here last night, he was perfect. Was the Camera Racer? That is his best performance I have ever seen Camera Racer do, and he is a Grand Prix winner in ALR, I believe. Bob goes 3rd fastest there. Of course, Bob has really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons, hasn't he, since he started his since he's become a full-time driver. Here is New Potato. Then New Potato still a default helmet. Shameful behaviour there from New Potato, but never mind. We'll get over that one. Let's see how he can do as he goes into Sandavot and powering up the hill. This is a good opportunity then for me to read the comments and also go for the championship, because to be fair, I should have done that way when I first started, but never mind. I'll get there in the end. Diamond leads the World Championship by 3 points from William in 2nd position. William is out on circuit mode. There he is into the lows hairpin. 3rd position is Bob. Then he is 3 points behind William, 6 points behind Diamond. It's getting tight up there. And then a further 6 points back is Human Pro in 4th position. Jinner in 5th, only 5 points. Goodness gracious me, these guys are ridiculously close, aren't they? A bit of a gap now after Jinner and New Potato is in 6th position. 19 points the gap is. Echo in 7th position. 8th position, Serious Mushroom with Sick as Muck in 9th, and TK completes the top 10 as it stands. And Alpine leads the way at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. Not surprised at this, and they're only the second team to get a 1-2 this season. Dynamo Dan has gone fastest, 11.6, 3/10 of a second in front of Jin at the moment. That is definitely no easy feat. Ferrari are second in the Constructors, 50 points behind the Alpine team. And just like I say that, half a second there for Williams in front of Dynamo Dan. Goodness gracious me. And if there's a slam dunk in Formula 1, I think that is very close to it. That was impressive stuff indeed. New Potato has done 5 laps on the medium compound tyres there. Of course, the rules for qualifying have changed in 2022. You do not have to start the tyres if you start in the top 10. If you set your fastest time, you get the cut of mud gym. AlphaTauri in 3rd position, Alfa Romeo in 4th, 5th position is the Mercedes with Haas in 6th position, Red Bull is 7th, 8th Aston Martin, McLaren 9th, and Williams in the top 10. Joint Constructors is as you were from last night, almost, in terms of positions. TK starting another lap. It is AlphaTauri still leading the way, 207 points in front of the Aston Martin team. That is incredible. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry, that, oh dear, yeah, oh dear. I'm not going to explain what happened there because that was quite disgusting. Aston Martin are second, then 3rd position is the Alpine. Haas are in 4th. Mercedes are in 5th with McLaren 4 points behind Mercedes in 6th. Ferrari 7th, Red Bull 8th, Alfa Romeo has moved off the bottom now, and they're now in 9th position, but unfortunately Williams has dropped down into 10th position. Yellow flags out in the Rascas. Let me go through the comments, shall we? Kaz, hello and good luck to drivers. Respect. I've forgotten who sung that song, so unfortunately I can't make a bit of a joke about that. Everyone, evening everyone, good luck. Goku is saying that, FYI, I plan on having a new driver for dinner. Goodness gracious me. I didn't know you was a carnivore, Kaz, fantastic. We got TK going for another bite of the cherry course. Remember, it was so close yet so far from winning in Miami 2 races ago. Then Echo's now had enough of the medium tyres. He's gone on to the soft compound tyres. Stars to win. Nausea saying Stars is going to have to win from. Might have to do his best Olivier Panis impression and win from at 14. No, was it 14th on the grid for Panis 1 in the Ligier 96? I can't remember. But I think that is the lowest classified of cars ever in a Formula 1 race. So 3 cars finished the race, whilst about 4 cars was classified with Frentzen retired 2 laps before the end. Then, of course, that race was remembered for a lot of things, including one of my favourite personal stats, which I know no one else cares about, but I love it, is, of course, David Coulthard ran with Michael Schumacher's helmet, because I think his personal helmet kept on steaming up, and I think at the time, McLaren and Ferrari had the same sponsors, so they was Coulthard was able to borrow Michael Schumacher's helmet. I love that story. I don't know why, I just think it's amazing, of course, and that helped Coulthard to finish second. Didn't have Michael Schumacher, he was out of the race on the opening lap there, which is quite shocking to see, especially when Schumacher was very much known as the Rainmaster back then. TK goes 9th fastest, and it was 8th, but it's now down to 9th because Echo has made his way up into 3rd position. Good times deep, but it's still the Alpine team that are very much ruling the roost so far here in Monaco so far. Hashtag fuel tokens for Cabarro. Serious Russian was saying that brutal stuff indeed. Is it too early? It's never too early for a bit of a punditry, isn't it? So good stuff indeed. But yeah, I do feel for Cameron because he drove absolutely splendidly, didn't he? Of course, he got driver of the day as well. Hopefully, we get a driver of the day poll up tonight. Let's be honest about it. That ginger guy last night didn't know how to work it out, though, did he? What a fool he was. Never mind. We can't get the staff these days, can we? On board vintage. He is in the Williams. I love the whole vintage. That's fantastic. TK is in the wall. He is out of qualifying. I can't find a Red Bull. And oh, he's turned in too early, hasn't he? I think he's turned in too early. And that is such a shame there for TK. He is start 9th, but I feel that the drive's just going to get quicker and quicker, especially around the street circuit, because Pirelli rubber likes Pirelli rubber, doesn't it? So it just gets, it has much more happy medium with more Pirelli rubber. And look at the traffic that New Potato, the first ever bronze world champion in ALR, has got to contend with. But I think luckily he's on enough lap. and just back on board with Billet, also known as Deza, but we're going to call him Billet because I think he prefers to be called Billet. Duncan Dave is out on the circuit as well. Hang on, have I got Duncan Dave and Gino the wrong way around? So one of them two is injured, and I can't remember which one it is now. Shocking behaviour. I've also got some parish notes as well, which Smithy Almighty has beautifully sent to me. However, I have not read them out yet because I've only just remembered. As William is gone, no, William is still pole position, but as you Mabro in second at the moment, but he is a whisker behind William now. Oh, this is getting good. And Dynamo Dan puts himself into the party, and he is in third position as well. And goodness gracious me, the clock is ticking down quickly. New Potato from almost half a second up in the second split time. No, wait, that's the first split time because we're now in the Nouvelle Chicane. Now I circled this game now. Of course, when the first Aero race I watched, or the first Aero League race I watched on this game, I remember Styles was on pole position or was on the sharp end of the field in the Australian. Was it for some reason I remember it's the Australian Grand Prix? But Styles was absolutely as quick as a hiccup when this game first came out, and I'm hoping that Styles raced in F1 2023 because Potatoes pole position. Look at this, 11-1, 11-1, 11-1, and my goodness gracious me, New Potato currently on pole position then for the Monaco Grand Prix. That is that'll be perfect for New Potato. That would be New Potato's third pole position of the season as well. And that would be the highest in terms of the tally so far. Mabro going around again. Then the clock is now becoming the enemy of these drivers. And Bob down in second position. And then Bob slightly behind the 8 ball here. Vintage has moved his way back up into a beautiful 13th position. And Kaz on an outlap at this moment in time. So we're going to stick with Mabro as he comes up the hill. And just on board with Mabro. Nosey says that you suck at this game so far. Is he saying to Hungry Stars then? Serious Russian says he's always sucked at the game. To be fair though, I think Serious Russian has got some good points then on the board, and he was very unlucky as he was caught up in all kinds of shenanigans, wasn't he, in Miami, wasn't he? I think it wasn't Jenner that had half a spin. There was some. I'm sure for some reason I remember an Alpine. It might not be. I apologise profusely to Jenner if that's completely wrong. As Bro is taking the 1982 layout there. Good stuff. Bob is just coming into the pit. Well, I think he would come back in the pit lane. I think he will because he had a bit of a nudge there. Both Aston Martins at the moment are a bit beyond the 8 ball, but let's see what Kaz can do. Goodness me, almost into the bar into Anthony Notes. And now he comes across the line as well. Let's go on board then with our favourite Canadian driver as well. And once again, he is the man who knows about helmet designs, doesn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed. Probably he always gets helmet of the year for me. I always remember his beautiful Eddie Irvine inspired helmet in the Australian Grand Prix a couple of seasons ago. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a work of art. It really was then. For Kazan, as he is now coming down into Mirabeau before coming into Lowe's Hairpin, which I think is still the slowest corner in the Formula 1 calendar. 27 miles an hour then Kaz was touching around there before getting back on the power out of Portier and going into the tunnel as well then. Of course it's the famous tunnel as well. I remember the tunnel. What can you say about it? I remember when David Hill blew up in 1996. There was, of course, he's never won the Grand Prix, Monaco Grand Prix, whilst his dad Graham Hill won it 5 times, didn't he? It's a shame his dad couldn't share out those wins, but David Hill's never been the most luckiest driver around Monaco, I'd say, unfortunately. But I think that year was his year, wasn't it? But that was a crazy year, 96. That was one of my all-time best favourite races. 96 was crazy stuff going on. Kaz out of the final turn, and thank you very much to Kaz. As I really enjoyed that on-board footage there. He's gone 12 fast at the moment. Out of the pits comes one of the AlphaTauri team. Here comes Daza, who's coming across the line as well. Mercedes has just got across the line. I think that was sick as much to start us up. We've got yellow flags in front of us as Bullet there has just gone to start us up as well. We've got Marsky just coming off the Portier. We've got Ginner then, who's also starting his lap as well. And 2 minutes to go in this session now. They've got to start to get on their toes now here. I'm regretting those 4 sausage rolls now, though. Goodness me. As Marsky there, that is not the quick. Well, it is technically the quickest way to get around there, but unfortunately, the stewards there are going to probably be slapping a track extension of that one. And of course, there is actually our first, apart from on esports anyway, there's some first race in action of 2023, which is not virtual, and that is Formula E. That is starting in Mexico, which is a very unusual place to start, isn't it? Because I'm sure they used to start in was Was it Saudi Arabia? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh, and Sick as Muck has hit the inside barrier. I'm sure that's damaged the car, because that was a clout and a half there from Sick as Muck. And no. My goodness me, they make him very robust in Brackley, don't they? Fantastic. He's out of deployment, no Sick as Muck is here. Across the line he goes, and he doesn't improve. But I'm not surprised, because that clout then on the barrier, that was quite a hefty one indeed then. And goodness me, that's probably why I've woke Sick as Muck up. Here's Brooksy, who's had a bit of a difficult start to the campaign this season, but it's a reset for everyone, I feel. This one is Brooksy across the line, 2/10 a second better. He's still in the 12s though, and there's a huge gap between 8th and 7th at the moment there for Brooksy, but he's half a second in front of TK, who cannot respond because he's in the wall. Vintage has also called it a day as well, as has Duncan Dave. So they are going to be starting 14th and 17th then. We got Billet then, who is invalidated this time as well, so that might be it for Billet. Well, he has got half a minute to get himself around. And we've got Ferrari starting his finishing this up, is it? Dynamo Dan has improved for 4/10 of a second there, but he is now his last shot then, so let's see what he can do as he builds up the hill. Jinner there coming across the line then. William coming across his pole position there, the first driver in the 10s, and William is absolutely untouchable at the moment, but there is still 9 seconds to go in this qualifying session now, and this is still anyone's ball game. Umapro across the line, he improves by 1600ths of a second, but it's not enough, and we've got some issues at the top of the hill, and I'm not sure it's one of the other Alpha Taris there, but hopefully he finished this lap already. Brooksy has parked up at Anthony Noakes, so that's him done and dusted, unfortunately. What about Echo then, as he comes into the back as well? He's 6th fast amount. Echo is there, as we mentioned, and no, he's now nicotine less then, and he is doing a good job so far as in the Alfa Romeo, and coming into Rascas now into Anthony Noakes, and the brainchild behind this crazy Grand Prix across the grid hatchet as well, and Echo goes second fast as he has blown my wig off. Magnificent, but Dynamo Dan eclipses that. When I say eclipsed by 200ths of a second there. Dynamo Dan on the front row with Echo third, but that was incredibly close. Oh my goodness me, they're finding Tom out of their back pockets here, and it's New Potato who is on pole position. Magnificent stuff indeed. And what about the other Alpine car? That is it. It's done and dusted. It's New Potato who is now pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix, and that was definitely it was like the casinos, wasn't it? It was very much jackpot, and the jackpot has now gone to New Potato with his third pole position of the season for the Red Bull Racing team. And that's his second in a row. He is absolutely loving life in terms of that qualifying trip there for the Red Bull. Loving life indeed. And that is Red Bull's third pole position of the season as well. Oh, goodness me. Excuse me, did you hear me sniffing? I apologise profusely. New Potato pole position, good stuff, but very good stuff indeed. We've got a couple of cars and just going round and round there. Goodness gracious me, it's making me dizzy. But very good stuff indeed. The New Potato pole position with William alongside on row 1. In terms of the championship standards and all that kind of malarkey, well, malarkey is anything but malarkey, isn't it? And this is a golden opportunity there for New Potato to get himself back into the action. Remember, he is not too far behind. He is about 30. This variable bus is going to be pretty bad there. I think he's about 30-ish points behind, 36 odd points behind the championship leader so far. That is not a bit. That is not an insurmountable. That's not an insurmountable number of points to be behind then. And this is round 7 out of 24, of course. Then there is a long way to go in this World Championship, the longest ever championship in ALR history this season. Of course, bronze when we first started. I think we only had 11 races that season, or 9. I think it was 11, wasn't it? So this is good. It's definitely very much an endurance test for the drivers and teams alike this season. But New Potato, 4th pole position of his career, his 3rd pole position of the season. He only got 1 pole position in his championship winning season in bronze. He's now got 3 this season, but it's William alongside him on row 1, and he is the pace setter in the World Championship. I made a huge mistake. I should have blown my nose before I started, but never mind. Prepare to fail, fail to prepare. Oh, Newcastle are also playing tonight in the Carabao Cup against Leicester. Good stuff indeed then. Yeah, any Newcastle fans out there? Good luck to them. I must admit, I quite like watching Newcastle this season. It's a breath of fresh air to see them up there. I hope they do stay up there as well. Newcastle, same for Arsenal as well. I love it. Right then, here we go then for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix. Of course, well, as we count down, and just a quick reminder of what happened last night. Nigel took his, I think that was his fourth Grand Prix win the season, was he? He's now 43 points in front of Fangio. Equals is consistent. I think he's had five podiums that Equals has this season. He has now one behind Fangio, and that is the top three at the moment, with far from 49 points beyond the top three. Top three in silver is looking very good. In the gold as well, we've now got Alfa Romeo finally off the bottom of the constructors' table now. They have moved themselves up to ninth position, which is also, that was the big news heading out of Monaco for gold as well, but I think the gold drivers is probably still in Monaco having a bit of a party. By the way, hats off to Bronze, because I don't think you got any reserve drivers in here at all tonight. They was all 20 of them was actually ready to race as well up until when they probably realised it was Monaco. But really good stuff indeed there for Bronze. Really good stuff indeed then. But of course, just take a look at the power. So it says Kaz had a qualifying ban today, so I read that a bit too late, and I'm sure you also took part as well. So oh dear, Kaz maybe in a bit of trouble, unfortunately. Sorry, Kaz, I'm throwing you right under the bus there. 5-second penalty for Tom Tip Top, who is not racing, and also 5-second penalty to Brooks as well, which would be added on at the end of the race as well. Then, so that is. So that's our parish notices and all that kind of stuff. Let's go through the grid, shall we? And look at that. We've got all three types of compounded tyres here. And, well, hang on a minute. Sorry, I've got a problem with my headset. Yeah, so I echo that there for Smithfield Mighty. Excuse me, I've got a real problem. I don't know why my headset's not sitting on my head tonight. I think I must have banged it sometime, and it's probably got a bit of a potato shape. I do look like Mr. Potato Head at times, apart from the moustache. Yes, I echo that. Love the attendance, Bronze. It was very good stuff indeed there. Everyone got their votes in so quickly, and also no reserves as well, so really good stuff indeed. Apart from Tom and Tip Top, Tom and Tip Top as well, but I think he had to work late or got stuck in traffic, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have been full grid for Bronze, so really good stuff indeed. Right, right then, new potato pole position then. I've got to get through this very quickly. William alongside number one, both on medium tyres. Donald Dan's gone hard, and tyre choice obviously. Fourth position is Echo, medium. Fifth is Umabro. Ginner's gone soft. Watch him fly. Bob in 7th position, Brooksy 8th, Marsky in 9th, and medium. 10th position is TK, he's gone hard with Sick as Mug in 11th position. 12th position is Kaz, but he has ignored his qualifying ban, I think. 13th position, more likely he forgot actually. Billet in 13th position, soft. 14th is Vintage. 15th is Serious Russian going hard. 16th is Stars. Duncan Dave hard. 17th and Scooby Steve medium. 18th and Swanshanks 19th and 19 cars. 39 laps. Let's get going. Well, Echo's already dropped down the order somehow, so but we're just waiting for those 5 magical lights to come on. And when they... Oh, wait, we're go! Goodness me! And it's a great start from William there. And look at that, he's completely gone. And a new potato, then dropping down into second. Then with a dynamite down, dropping down the fourth spot because Echo's through as well. Goodness me, I wasn't even ready there as they come up the hill and go into Casino Square for the first time on the 39 laps here. And you mad bro, having a sniff on the inside. Diamond down is on the hard tyres, of course. He's got to get those tyres warmed up as quickly as possible. Up the inside goes Dinner. He's using those soft tyres out to the advantage there. And trying to force his way through into Mirpo. Sick as Muck and Marsky there are playing musical cars there down into Lowe's hairpin there. And oh goodness me, they all got a ring for him. Same thing they have. But the Sick as Muck there using all of the... Oh, he's in the wall there. And Marsky is through. And goodness me. And there's more bumping and banging going on. Very aggressive stuff indeed in the opening stages of Monaco. And I don't think that's Oh, and who is that in the wall there? Not someone the mistakes. And that's a car off in the background as well. And goodness gracious me. I think that was that Scooby Steele. Not sure who it was. I thought it was a Haas actually. Sorry, Williams actually. It might have been. And that is going to be bold. And goodness me. And Dynamo, Duncan Dayfair is up 4th position. Scooby Steele up 4th position as well. You Mad Bros dropped down 2. And that's pretty appalling in Monaco, isn't it? Oh dear. William was set to pass off the race then. Oh, goodness gracious me, then into the pits comes TK already, so that is not a good start for him at all. I'm sure New Potato almost went to the barrier on the opening stage of this race. Mabro down the order and struggling at the moment. Then we've got Brooksy moving up into 8th. Well, he has moved up actually, he's still in 8th position there, but he's on the medium tyres. There's Mabro on the medium as well, but he's just had an appalling start. Hasn't he dropped down 2 positions? Up 5 is Scooby Shoo, up 5 is Duncan Davis as well. They've taken off incredibly well. Kaz down into 18th position in the Aston Martin car. So I wasn't too sure about the soft shot cars, but fair play to Jenner making up some positions, and also to Billet as well, up into 11th position there. Sick as well, is just in front of him on the hard compound tyres as we come down into the seafront chicane for acceleration away. But William had the perfect start. He just took off, didn't he? He even caught me unaware. And New Potato just didn't go very far, did he? William just flew off the line. Goodness gracious me, that's very much a Valtteri Bottas kind of start from back in Austria a couple of years ago. Fantastic for William there, goodness gracious me. And Mabro has got problems there, and he's ghosted now. I wonder if he made a mistake there, because now Brooksy is through and up into 7th position. Mabro is dropping down the order. Echo has set the fast on the race. DRS has now been available. Only one DRS zone on this circuit, and that is on the start-finish straight. There is no DRS zone anywhere else on the circuit, because they can't find anywhere to pull it, really, can they? But there we go. Just on board, Mabro has dropped down 3 positions there. He did start 5th on the grid. He's now down in 8th position. Bob is up into 6th. Jinner is 5th, and the championship leader William then has had the perfect start so far. But New Potatoes now got to come back at him. Remember that New Potatoes about 40 points, 30 to 40 points behind William in the championship. It's not insurmountable at this stage of the season, but I think that this is where New Potato needs to start to pick up some points there, because it's just going to start to become a bit of a snowball effect. I see that comment equals, and I'm having a look at it now then. Of course, Sirius Mushroom against Vintage then. This is definitely going to be fire as well. Sirius Mushroom on the hard tyres. Sirius Mushroom is good. Love the helmet one over Sirius Mushroom. Oh no, and the Billet's off the circuit. Duncan Dave's got a penalty. Billet there returning back onto the circuit. He's had a bit of a nightmare season. He's not adapted to these Formula 1 cars, 2022 Formula 1 cars at all. Unfortunately for Billet, and he's dropped down to 70th position, because remember, Billet has been a multiple podium sitter, hasn't he, in the past, but the ground effect cars is not helping Billet at all at the moment, unfortunately. Back on board Sirius Mushroom there, as he has got a beautiful helmet tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed there for the Haas driver. He is the lead Haas driver at the moment, and his teammate has had a couple of issues then, as this field is now starting to spread out then. Echo is in third position then, and that's great so far for Echo. Remember last night's strategy then, it was the medium to hard tyre then, which won the race there would have won the race there for Camera Racing, won it before he had fuel problems there. We are not expecting any safety cars, because there is no safety cars in Monaco on the game for some reason. But make of that what you will, as Bob is all over the back of Jinner, and goodness me, having a look into the tunnel Bob was, but Jinner having none of it into the new bar chicane here. And now look, Brooksy, good to see Brooksy up there as well, and we've got Mabro just behind him as well. Marsky, his teammate, about 4.5 seconds away there from his teammate so far. Sirius Mushroom there is starting to really put the squeeze on at Scooby Stew in the battle for 12th and 13th position now. And we have got Echo. Echo's in the pits then, and that is a big blow for Echo there, because he was having a good start to this race. And is this a strange strategy, or is this damage there for the Alfa Romeo? Just taking a look now, we've got a bit of a rubbish cut. That's better. He's got the nose cone ready for the Alfa Romeo. He's on the hard tyres, but that is a brutal blow indeed there for Echo. A perfect start, but that is not going to help him at all. And Jinner's tyres are falling off the cliff here. He's 2 seconds away from Donald Dan. He's back over the third, but he's 5 seconds away from the battling Brawls at the top of the standings here. But Donald Dan will be happy that Echo is out the way because of that damage on that. Echo's dropped all the way down to the back of the field. He's behind Kaz at the moment in 18th position then. Jinner is becoming a bit of a train here, and my goodness me then, of course, he's doing his best impression of Farf at the moment there, as and just back on board now with Bob then. Oh, contact! That's Jinner out of the race, and look at this, we've got a ricochet effect here. Jinner has turned into the new far chicane too early. He is out of the race, and Jinner is going to be devastated with that. I'm wondering then if it is the injury that was really hurting him. Maybe it was his injury, and of course there with his tyres going off, I feel that is probably just a Capaldi effect there from Jinner. He is out of the race then, and what a shame there for the Alfa. Oh, and look at Brooksy, he's also gone off and he's found and he's reversed into the anti-nose barrier there. Oh gosh, I've swallowed my tongue. And now is Brooksy getting back on the power, but he's dropped down the order. I think it was, I don't think he got too, I don't think he damaged the car too badly. Or not at all, actually, might be. So he might be alright. Duncan Dave, 2-8, fantastic. 17-6 Muck in 9th position. Scooby Stew on the verge of the points already, Scooby Stew. And that is exactly the kind of race that Scooby Stew wants and needs after he had he's had a bit of luck, and he's also had a couple of run-ins with a certain driver as well. Unfortunately, Scooby Stew has in the opening couple of races. However, he's now got a clean pair of heels, Scooby Stew has, and now he is leading this quartet of cars of Serious Musher, Vintage, Hungry Stars and Swanshanks here. This is exactly what you was going to expect here in the Monaco Grand Prix. You cannot be frustrated. This is only lap 6 out of 39 around here. It's a long way to go. And luckily, I've got my bottle of Lucasade as well. Knowles is saying TK needs to take it easy. He can get back in the points with his pace set. Knowles is saying exactly right, and the gap is down to 21 seconds. I think it's about 30. Oh no, Kaz has had an issue, and he is just recovering back on it now. But he got damage. He hasn't got damage, but he's looking very gingerly out there. Unfortunately, a lovely shot here. Who's that? Scooby Stew's in the pit set. Scooby Stew into the pit set. There's prawns for Scooby Stew, and is that damage to the McLaren? And on, but just watch him now. It doesn't look damaged. No, Scooby Stew is coming into the pits now, thrown on the hard tyres, and this is a very aggressive strategy from Scooby Stew, and I absolutely love it. Fantastic. So Scooby Stew is not going to use those hard tyres. He's going to go for an undercut here, an extreme undercut. Whether those hard tyres get to the end on the other side of the race remains to be seen. So it's going to be edge of the seat stuff there. But Scooby Stew rolling the dice there. He doesn't want 1 point tonight. He wants a bunch of them. I love it. Fantastic. We got Serious Russian now. He has been released, and he is ready to go. We just got Kaz there, who's been overtaken there by Echo, who's coming up through the field as well. Echo, unfortunately, was at the not fortunately, brilliantly in the top three, but he's got damage on the Alfa Romeo. He's dropped down to 15th position at this moment, but he has made a stop. Then can he get to the end on those hard tyres? I'm not too sure. Serious Mushroom said that the tyre wear is quite high here, so we'll see how that one plays out. Serious Mushroom has gone to the hard tyres now. I presume he'll want to go to the medium at the near the end of the race set. So they the medium tyres came into the pits around lap 15 or 16 last night. Well, 14 or 15 actually. Duncan Dave, oh no, and he's in the wall, and he spun. I reckon that he got a bit of a tail, his tail started wagging down the pit straight, and he's damaged the car. And Duncan Dave, what a shame, and he's on the hard tyres. I don't think the medium tyres go against the end from there at all. Vintage, oh my goodness me, oh wow, fantastic there from Styles, magnificent, absolutely. Styles, goodness me, throwing the style on the Monaco Grand Prix. He is up into 10th position, magnificent stuff indeed, and a Vintage down into 11th there, as we got more yellow flags. And who's that? New Potato, goodness gracious me, he has found the inside of the barrier in the swimming pool section, and he is recovering now. But the man who is second in the Grand Prix has lost the whole of the wing section here, and William has now got a clean pair of heels. Into the pits comes New Potato, my word. And this Monaco Grand Prix has claimed so many victims already, and we're only on lap 9 out of 39 around here. We've got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, and goodness me, I don't think we're going to be able to get to the end on this race, let alone the drivers who try to get to the end on the hard tyres from here. Billet there, who is now holding up Echo ever so slightly. We're on board with Billet then, with Echo I should say then, as he is all over the back of the Ferrari driver. Where's New Potato coming out? Jinner is left for session, devastating from Jinner. Echo all over the back now, goodness me, going this way and that way out of Rascas there, but he will not be deterred. George Morgan TV, yo, good evening to you, George. We're just watching the drivers that come over the grid hatch as well, and look at this, and he has got he's having a look on the inside, and that is going to be a bit wild there from Echo. Oh my goodness me, it's so difficult to overtake around here. Remember Hamilton and Michael Schumacher clashed there in 2011, wasn't it, where Hamilton had a bit of a mare of a race, didn't he, around here back then. Yeah, indeed. So he was, I should say, he was not having one of the stewards, was he? Look at this, and I think a bit of team play from the Williams has now really helped Styles, because look, he's got 2.5 second buffer over himself and Vintage. Styles is absolutely flying out there at the moment in the Williams, isn't he? Look at this, he is now gaining on that Serious Mushroom. New Potato's got a 3-second penalty. Newton's come out in 8th position. He is still in this ball. He's still in the ball game. It's not all over yet for New Potato. But however, a 3-second penalty is not going to help him later on in this race. Oh goodness, we're just coughing up a lung there. Don't worry about that. Just back with Hungry Stars as well as he comes into the Rascas before coming into Anthony Nose as well. 10.3 seconds gap is, but Dynamo Dan has started to put the hammer down now. Well, I'd say he started to put the hammer down now. He's lost on the 3/10 of a second there to William to William at the moment. Bob is still in for a position, but Umabro is starting to steady the ship ever so slightly after a pretty appalling start. He is back up in the 4th position then. Marsky is in 5th, and Brooksy is 6th, and we've got the the second of the hard runners, which is Sick as Muck in 7th position, but New Potato has caught up to the back there. He's all over the back of Sick as Muck there, but Sick as Muck is going to be oh, look at this, a New Potato all over the back of Sick as Muck, and he is through now, but goodness gracious me, that New Potato, and Echo is in major peril there. He's gone off there. You can say that part of the circuit is reserved for Rosberg. However, Echo did not reserve that parking space, and he is he's now recovered, but he's lost positions there to Kaz and to Billet, unfortunately. Back up here, Hungry Stars there, looking very hungry indeed then. So the gap is 10 seconds between New Potato and Brooksy. Let's see if what New Potato can do from here. But I feel that the win may have got away from him with that mistake. We didn't see what happened there, but it looked quite ominous, didn't it, in the swimming pool section. Lap 11 of this race, then, of course, we aren't even at half distance yet. The medium tires we figure are going to run for another couple of laps, maybe about 2 or 3, 4, maybe 5. I do not know. I don't know strategy at all. But of course, I'm just basing off the calculations from Knowlesy last night, of course, who was taking us through the Silver Grand Prix. Well, I'll say that Dynamo Dan was coming back out William there, but William was actually taking almost a second out of Dynamo Dan when I said that. The gap is up to 10.3 seconds, so that is coming up all the time. That is going up all the time all of a sudden, isn't it? Umabro is still stuck behind Bob. He is on the medium tires. I wonder if Umabro may be thinking about an undercut. The undercut, you have to get the tire temperature. You have to get tire temperature quite quickly around here, don't you? If you want the undercut to work. The hard tires are very difficult to heat up, though, so you have to be really aggressive on the outlap. But of course, you cannot stick into the wall either. Sick as Muck got a 3-second penalty. We'll have a check at the penalty situation in just a jiffy. I just cannot take my eyes off this part at the moment. There's Styles looking very strong at the moment. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. He's on the medium compound tires at the moment. He is happy as Larry, isn't he, in that Williams car? And don't want to be disrespectful to Vintage there because he's a very good point scorer, isn't he? However, he is going to be a rear buffer, I think, potentially to his teammates tonight, because Swan Chang, so he's 3 seconds back at the moment. Echo's got back past Billet. He has got back past Billet. Billet has done 10 laps on those soft tires. Goodness gracious me! I must say that I didn't expect the soft tires to go anywhere over 6 laps, to be honest. Good heavens. Absolutely fantastic indeed there from the two drivers on the soft tires, of Kaz and Billet. Depends on how much time they're losing, though, isn't it? I feel that they are losing a chunk of time now. The gap is 12 seconds between Kaz and Swanshanks, unfortunately. Brooks has got a 3-second penalty. I'm sure that's his second one of the... Oh, he's in the wall! He's in the wall, Brooks, he is as well. I think he's still got his pieces in the right direction-ish, anyway. He is on the medium tires. He's going to try and extend this, I think, then. Yellow flag there. We've had some gremlins going on in the background, and it is one of the Aston Martins. I think it's Duncan Davis, who unfortunately is coming into the pits and having a nightmare race, Duncan Davis, after a very good strong start there. And he's out of the Grand Prix, Duncan Davis. What a shame. What a shame indeed that we've got a great battle between TK and Billet here. And look at that on the outside there into Tabac. Goodness gracious me. I may have missed a incredible overtake there. TK magnificent up into 15th position. Passes the Ferrari on the outside to back then. Goodness me, I didn't expect to have that kind of stuff happening today. Going back to this battle here, which I can't take my eyes off. It's a very good battle indeed there. And look in front there, Sick as Muck, then Serious Mushroom and Styles has got some very good pace on it at the moment, aren't they? These two drivers looking very strong at this stage of proceedings, and I'm not going to say any more than that because we know about my record there. As soon as I say anything positive, it usually goes a bit Pete Tong for anyone. I love the sparks, by the way, fantastic, isn't it? And we go down into the new chicane once again. Gap in the front, still 12.2 seconds. And like I say, it's been a clinic in Grand Prix racing, hasn't it, for William now? As like Camera Racer last night, as like Boxtal on Sunday. My word, then we got some Monaco specialists, haven't we, in ALR? Very good stuff indeed, and we love to see it as well. Monaco, I think, does deserve to be on the calendar. Of course, some drivers and fans may not like Monaco. However, it's the ultimate test of man and machine, isn't it? Or I should say, driver and machine. Goodness me, I need to be a bit. I need to be a bit more PC, don't I? Really, goodness gracious me. Serious Mushroom as Let's Hope we style through there very gentlemanly indeed. Into the pits comes Sick as Muck. Medium tyres there for Sick as Muck. As George saying, Dynamo down to finish on the soft slate on, or will he go medium? I think he might go medium, to be honest, but what do I know? I don't know nothing about strategy, so there's less said about that, the better, I would say. I would assume he would go medium tyres, but then again, I thought the soft tyres would not go anywhere further than 6, 7, 8 laps, to be fair, as Brooksy's got another penalty one. I wonder that's a bit of frustration. These penalties are going to come back to haunt Brooksy, going to come back to haunt Brooksy at the end of this one. I feel then we were just taking a look at the penalty before he had a trip. But actually, that's only his second penalty. I thought that was his third. Serious Mushroom's got a penalty. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. Serious Mushroom is on course for his 100th Grand Prix race start in a row up in Canada in a couple of weeks. Very good stuff indeed. Then, of course, we've got to make a big song and dance about that. But someone has got to remind me because I'll probably forget by then. Of course, the highest driver on who's made a pit stop now is New Potato, and he has been using those hard tires as quite nice indeed, hasn't he? He is 2.1 seconds behind his teammate Brooksy, who's having a bit of a nightmare, and we expect Brooksy to come into the pits in the not too distant future, along with the other medium runners there. Dynamo Dan is still 12.8 seconds back as well now, and we're just on board there. Bob is struggling here, because look, oh my goodness me, and he's having a look there, but Bob defended for all he's worth, and using all the track. Good heavens there. And I must say that it just gets into very, very interesting. There was Umabro just kissed the Armco barrier there. So it was a peck on the cheek is not too bad as long as you don't go full blown. It's all good. It's all fine and dandy. Scooby Stew's got a penalty out there at the moment. Lap 16 into the. He is now going for the undercut around here. Remember, the hard tires are difficult to heat up, so that is going to be the name of the game, isn't it? Is anyone else coming into the pits at this time round? I thought the Brooksy might come into the pits and help his teammate out, but that is not the case. But having said that, he has got the way down. Very good teamwork up there. You don't Formula One and a teammate. It's just not the right word, is it there? But that is very good stuff indeed there for Brooksy. Fantastic. Obviously the softs are not very good anywhere around here. Depends if you can get the most out of the hard tires. George is saying then it's a stretch. It is indeed, isn't it? We'll see how that one plays out, and that's the beauty about. That's the beauty about Bronze, because they do go very aggressive on strategies, don't they? The Bronze field, and we love to see it, don't we? I remember earlier on then, was it Sick as Muck? Not Sick as Muck, sorry. Someone came in the pits very early on, didn't they? I think it might have been Sick as Muck, actually. I can't remember who it was now. But Echo is back in the pits then, and of course he's gone from riches to rags around here. Up the inside there goes New Potato. Great overtake from New as well. Who says you can't overtake around Monaco? Well, he didn't mention that to New Potato. He is back up in the fourth position now. He's 9 seconds behind Bob, and a further 9 seconds behind Dynamo Dan as well. So about 18 seconds away. Into the pits comes Bob, and the Mercedes mechanics are scampering to go to work now. This is the undercut then for defence, I should say, then against Umabro, because Umabro is coming in second position. There's a McLaren in front of us, Scooby Stew, who's on soft tyres, so he's going for an aggressive strategy as well. Bob coming out of the pits now. Where is Umabro? Yellow flag in sector 2. I think it's the Aston Martin having just a couple of gremlins, and he is through, and look at that, the undercut is very powerful indeed, and Bob has lost out then, so Umabro is passed and up into 5th position. He's going going to be grinning from ear to ear on that one. Into the pits comes Brooks as well. Sorry, he's just leaving the pit lane. Vintage there is going to be out in front there, but I think Vintage will need to come into the pits in the not too distant future. Brooks is coming out of the pits now then. All going to be yellow on there. He's going to have a slap on the wrist then. Echo's got a 3-second penalty as well. Siggins there trying to have a bit of a buckaroo there. We've got Billets who's having a couple of issues as well. They're down to the... He's got a puncture, that's why 15 laps onto these soft tyres is, yes, I thought it was a bit of a stretch there. And Billet there, 15 laps, that is the limit for the soft tyres. He's got a puncture and coming back into the pits, I'm sure of it. Echo's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane there. And oh dear, Echo is out of the Grand Prix. The frustration, unfortunately for Echo there, as he was very much flying, wasn't he, up until that part of the race then. Williams come out of the pit lane and then you can see, look at how much time that New Potatoes lost, even with those new hard tyres. The gap is coming down quite considerably here, but remember that he was not too far away, so he's 11 seconds away from his race rival. Into the pits comes the AlphaTauri, going on to the hard tyres though before he gets released, and that arrow's pointing the wrong way, so hoping no one's got OCD in the comments there, because that would drive me absolutely bananas. 16 laps the medium tyres are done on Stiles at the moment. Stiles are coming out in 6th position there. He's doing a great job, Stiles is there. I'm not going to say the dreaded driver of the day thing, because I'll leave that for now. But he's doing a great job. Cirrus Mushroom in 8th position there, but at the moment now, I think that Cirrus Mushroom is going to have to do a lot of, is going to have to be very quick on those medium tyres towards the end of this race, and if he wants to get some major points at the moment, so it's not looking too fresh at the moment now. 6 Mark up into 11th, I should say. Excuse me, I was just trying to get rid of all this, with all this gunk I've got. Good heavens there. Cirrus Mushroom in 8th position is the closest battle on track at this moment in time. 3 retirements in this one. We have lost, unfortunately, Jinner, Duncan, Dave and Echo all out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. Of course, we've seen Jinner had an injury tonight, didn't he? So I think he's done a great job to even participate in this race. The toughest race of the season, I would hazard a guess that. 39 laps around Monaco is absolutely brutal, to say the least. But I think that all the leagues, all the championships have done really well, haven't they? Gold, silver and bronze have done superbly well this week, and very good stuff. Really impressive from all the drivers and teams and everyone else who's taken part. Good stuff. Remember, tomorrow night then, ALR is not finished this week, as we have got a Haas in a bit of trouble. It is TK out of Portier and coming into the tunnel. There's a problem there for the Haas driver. Into the pits comes Swanshanks. I love the helmet, by the way, for Swanshanks. I like the blue and purple going together. That's very nice indeed. It gives you quite a relaxing vibe, doesn't it? And the field is also in the stretch out, isn't it? So Dynamo Dan is leading this race out. Of course, William came in the pits a couple of laps ago, well, 2 laps ago to be precise. But Dynamo Dan there will go on to the medium tyres. We'll see how that one goes. But at this moment in time, he will be behind William and New Potato, and possibly as Adase and TK also out of the race as well, and possibly Umad Bro as well. So Umad Bro's got to find some pace around here. We're just watching his rival in this race, which has been Bob, hasn't it? More often than not, they seem to have been joined at the hip, haven't they? However, Umad Bro is trying to extend this advantage now, and the 2 drivers in front of him do have penalties, but he does have to close the gap. It is quite a big gap at the moment, so he does have to close it. Into the pits now comes Stiles there. A couple of laps later than his rivals here, Stiles is there, but let's see where he's going to go then. As Stiles there is dropped down into 8th, dropped down into 9th, then he's going to get out in front of, I think that's Sick as Muck then. That is the target there for Stiles. I think Stiles there may have absolutely been perfect around here, hasn't he? Because he knew exactly where the gaps were, and that's just why he's extended his stint. So very good stuff indeed there for Stiles there. And look at that, taking it as cautiously as you like then, Stiles there, hoping to get some points on the board. And he is now in 9th position. Sick as Muck, I think he's going to have to come back into the pitch, you know. A yellow flag in front of us there, as Kaz has had an issue coming out of Raskas there. He has carried on the Aston Martin. As remember, I think that if you want points in this one, you have to carry on in this one, I feel. And certainly a lot of drivers are struggling. William is now all over the back of the Ferrari. Look at that. He has just set the fast on race on lap 20 here, and he is now really putting Dynamo Dan under the caution. I think that Dynamo Dan now needs to get to a sensible win now before coming back into into the pits and throw it on the medium compound tyres. Oh no! And Scooby Stew is in the wall, out of the race. And goodness me, that's quite a heavy shunt indeed then. There is no safety cars in Monaco, so it's not going to help anyone, that isn't, is it? Unfortunately, Scooby Stew out of the race. Into the pits comes a serious mushroom. Look at this then. How much more pace that is. And William got that, and he's now going for it. He's having a look then as it got past. He has got past William. I'm surprised that William took a chance there. I wonder, but then again, he probably wasn't sure where Don Madame was going to come to the pit, so he thought, let's just get this done and dusted. Mushroom coming out of the pits now, but he's just dropped down to 9th position, make that 10th position. He's going to get out in front of Vintage. That is going to be the question. He has got out in front of Vintage. Then Serious Mushroom into a potential top 10 spot here. Don Madame has had enough of those hard tires. He has come into the pits now, and there are the Ferrari mechanics in the pits, and in the red overalls, of course, and the traditional colours of the Ferrari onto the medium compound tyres before away he goes. And he is going to drop behind New Potato. New Potato, he's going to get to the end on those medium tyres, and I think that it's going to be, hard tyres. That's going to be a stretch, isn't it? You mad bro, I think is going to stay behind Dynamo Dan. So Dynamo Dan, now this is going to be interesting. Dynamo Dan does not have any penalties. He's on the medium tyres. If he keeps it clean and crisp, he could get second position here. I think that the win is a bit too much of a stretch there for the Ferrari driver, but anything can happen in Monaco, anything can happen in the Grand Prix, and it usually does there. So don't go anywhere, folks. I think that this one could be a cracker in the final stage of this one. Just watching Stickers Muck, who is now in 9th position, looking very... William has got another penalty here, as we got Ferrari just in front of us. William has got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Is that going to be costly then? That is certainly going to give the race a bit of an edge, isn't it, later on in this one? But Stickers Muck, who is chasing down Styles there. Stickers Muck's tyres are going to start to scream, I think, in the next couple of laps or so. I'm not sure if Stickers Mug is going to be able to get this Mercedes to the end then from here on in. But then again, I have been wrong before. Well, I've been wrong a lot of times. Liam comes across the line and we've got Ferrari in front of us. That, I think, is Billet there. Of course, Dynamo Dan then, and Billet letting the Mercedes through. Good stuff indeed there for Billet. Very good sportsmanship there from the Ferrari drivers. As we've mentioned already, he's having a bit of a difficult season, isn't he, Billet is, unfortunately. But of course, he is a former podium sitter, isn't he, the Ferrari driver? He's been on the podium a couple of times in bronze. But as of course, then I do remember he threw a podium away in Bahrain, didn't he, back in the first race of the 2021 era of the game, then, which is such a shame there for Billet. As into the pits comes Bob. Bob in the pits, and is he made a? I think that must have been damage to the McLaren Mercedes there. He's come out of the pits now then, and he is behind Brooksy. Brooksy is now in front of him then, so that is a major mistake for Bob, and that could be costly in his championship campaign. Don't know which then in a week's time we will be going to Azerbaijan then for round 8 of the World Championship, of course. So gold and silver and bronze will be racing next week in Azerbaijan, and that is another street circuit, but a very different kettle of fish, isn't it, to say the very least. I'm just watching Kaz at the moment as the Swan, I think he just copied Swan Shanks as they both went wide coming out of Raskas, and goodness me, and that's I don't think they've damaged the cars then, because it was quite a slow piece of the track then, but Kaz has dropped it behind there. Did he get the DRS? I'm not too sure. I think as they both were a bit leggy, weren't they? Brooksy, who's now starting to really put the hammer. Marsky got a problem then, because he's lost a couple of tenths of a second there. Diamond Dan is setting the fast up racing on lap 23. On board with Brooksy here. Brooksy is really putting the squeeze on Marsky. Has Marsky got damage? I don't think he has. It looked like he did, didn't he? He's staying up for the minute, but he's on all kinds of peril here. Marsky is. Look at this, he's struggling. Is there a problem developing there for the AlphaTauri? Into the pits comes Bob again. He has got more damage, has he? He has, for the second lap in a row. He's had to go in the pits and throw a new nose cone on for the Mercedes. He comes out of the pits now. Styles up into a superb 7th there. Good stuff indeed there. Is Bob going to get out in front of his teammate? He would hope so, as because I think his teammate in Serious Mushroom are about to have a battle royale around Monaco. He doesn't know. Vintage there, who is on the cusp of the points still, so he's going to be very close to the points here. Vintage is. Oh, but Bob there is going to be cursed as luck. He's back onto the hard tires there. We have got a lot of penalties around here at the moment, haven't we? We'll have a look at the penalties situation later on this one there. Diamond Dan has got the gap down to 6.4 seconds, and he will be closing quite quickly on New Potato, but he's still about 15 seconds away from William. Even with Williams' double penalties of 6 seconds there, he is still quite a bit further back at the moment. Now, Kaz once again all over the back of Swanshanks, who is really struggling around here tonight as this Swanshanks house, but a fair play to him for keeping going. Cirrus Mushroom is now causing grief then for Sick as Muck, isn't he? Cirrus Mushroom is there, but he's looking very on it here, isn't he? As is Hungry Styles as well. It's great to see. So Cirrus Mushroom now is now starting to put the pressure on Sick as Muck. We're on board now with the Haas driver as well. Sick as Muck, I think he's going to have to go in the pits, isn't it? Not too distant future. I wonder if he's going to try, as Kaz is now up into Sick as Muck has he had an issue there. He's lost out, and that's a very unusual place to overtake there. But Cirrus Mushroom now up into 8th position on medium compound tyres, and he's now going to be starting to put in qualifying. That's why he doesn't need to, because he's already a second in front of Sick as Muck there. But Sick as Muck has dropped down to 9th position, back on board of Brooksy. Is this Brooksy's strongest performance of the season so far? I would say it is. And he's only got 4 points so far. He's down to 17th for the World Championship. He has got a couple of penalties to his name, but at this moment in time, he has got the gap to Styles, and he is on course for 6th position, which would be beautiful for him and the Red Bull team. Ferrari is off there, and Spillett, who's gone straight off there, unfortunately, Mirabeau, and has damaged the Ferrari wing there, which is a big blow indeed then. And that is such a shame now for Billett. Back on board of Brooks then. This is the closest battle on track thus far. 26 out of 39 here. Let's take stock. Marsky's back end is very much reminiscent of a shopping trolley, isn't it, at the moment? He's steering from all axles, not just the front. So Marsky is really struggling now. I'm sure that I don't think the tyres will be nowhere near there. Be nowhere near the end there, isn't it? Because these hard tyres go forever and a day. However, I don't think New Potatoes will. But then again, that still remains to be seen. William needs to wait then, but of course William does have that 6-second penalty, but at the moment it's not a problem. 8 seconds back is New Potatoes, got a 3-second penalty, yellow flag as it's just Billett getting out of the way there. Good stuff indeed there for Billett. For a 3-second penalty for New Potatoes as well. Dynamo Dan, he's on a mission mode in 3rd position. Umabro in 4th. Marsky is 5th with Brooks in 6th. Good performance from Brooksy, love it. 7th position is Styles, absolutely driving out with skin. Styles is there. It is good to see. 8th position is Cirrus Mushroom. And 10 seconds back at the moment. Sick as Muck in 9th position. 10th position is Bob. Vintage, no penalties in the 11th at the moment. Then he will be hoping to hoover up any points that the top 10 drops out of. 12th position is Kaz there, and he is on a mission at the moment. Kaz is can he get on the points as well? He is flying at the moment. Swanshanks dropping down to 30th position, and Billett up down in 14th there, but still going on in, which has been a very tough race indeed there for Ferrari driver. Scooby Stew retired from the race at Rascas. TK retired along with Echo, Duncan, Dave and Dinner all out of this Grand Prix. And that is what is going on at the moment. He's all over the back of the AlphaTauri, and he's going this way and that way as New Potato's got a 3-second penalty, which is now confirmed. He is behind Dynamo Dan on the timing sheets anyway, if not on the circuit. And look at this, Brooksy has really got the pace over Marsky. Marsky is now starting to drive with his wing mirrors instead of driving with the steering wheel, as he'll be looking backwards now towards the Red Bull. Sick as Muck's got penalty as well. That's going to cost him in his battle for his teammate. But I think that the Mercedes is just on the Swamperoo going up the hill outside the ball. A good teamwork again then, just like the Red Bulls earlier on then. We're on board with one of the Red Bulls now, and Brooksy, as he is putting the squeeze now on Marsky as he comes down into the New Bar chicane. He has got the bit between his teeth, but he's got a 9-second penalty now to his account then, and Styles could potentially go to 6 here, can he? If Brooksy does get past Marsky, now has to shoot off up the road there and get a 9-second deficit to Marsky. So that is that has to be the mission at the moment. And I think that's Billett there, just trying to unlap himself there as he's in the pits and he's going for some more soft tyres. Billett, the soft tyres didn't help Billett earlier on there as he got punctured, didn't he, unfortunately. So as Dynamite Dan is starting to stabilise the gap ever so slightly, but he's now only 10 seconds away from William. He is starting to sneak up, isn't he, onto the back of the race leader. The race leader has 6 seconds of penalties, so this could be very interesting indeed there for Dynamite Dan. Can Dynamite Dan cause an audacious Grand Prix win here tonight? Goodness gracious me! We have got 11 laps to go then. Edge of your seat stuff there, which is which is exactly what you expect in bronze, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed there. You don't expect your edge seat stuff in Monaco, do you? But all 3 races have been absolutely fantastic. They really have indeed. And the gap is now 9 seconds, isn't it, give or take? And goodness me, Bullet very close to that barrier there at the Nouvelle chicane. He is very much not leaving an inch, is he? And just watching Brooksy now, who's dropped off the back of Marsky ever so slightly there. Bullet there. Oh, and Brooksy's in the wall. And I don't know how he's not got damage there. And Marsky going very deep there into Raskas, I think it was. But he's just about keeping himself arm's width there from a charge of Brooksy. But I think the Brooksy's car is going to be falling apart. It seems that this race keeps hitting the barriers like that out of the where is he? The swimming pool chicane. At the moment then is just taking a look at the leader. That is the gap at the moment. It's 9 seconds. William has now got a 9-second penalty, and Dynamo Dan is now 7/10 of a second away from the Grand Prix lead here. Sicker Smoker's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Billa has gone right into the wall there, and I think he just misjudged that, didn't he, completely? But the gap, look, Dynamo Dan is on the cusp of potentially stealing a win here, because William has got penalties galore. My goodness gracious me, the Ferrari of Dynamo Dan there. He could potentially, and look, Vintage has now made his way up into 10th position. Fantastic there. Oh my goodness gracious me. So Six Smoke's going to be quick. It's going to be very quick there, isn't he, in the final stage of this one on those soft tires there. But of course, the soft tires do lose their edge after about 5 or 6 laps. And back on board with Brooksy, enjoying the barrage there from Brooksy. But he's really starting to take a liking to the outside barrier of and yeah, he's into the pits. He's got 12 seconds deficit over himself and Hungry Stars, and then further about 18 seconds or 19 seconds in front of Serious Musher. I don't think that's enough, you know. Red Bull need to get on with this, don't they, quite quickly indeed. The gap at the front now, I think we're going to have a new race leader, you know, as so we're just watching the Red Bull come out of the pit lane now, as Billet out of the Grand Prix, down to 13 drivers left in this brutal Monaco Grand Prix. Serious Mushroom, I think that Serious Mushroom might be able to get out in front. I think that both him and Bob here, look, there's Bob, there's the Red Bull, and look, Brooksy there, who is very stingily kind of look, it's coming closer, and Brooksy there, but they're going to have a run up the hill, and look, Bob is through, and he passes Brooksy, moves up into 8th position, and Brooksy down to 9th position. What a shame there for well, that's not what Brooksy wants then. He's starting, it looks like he's getting a bit, he might be getting a bit, oh, is that now up into 11th position? There goes 6, but Brooksy might be getting a bit agitated there with the wheel spin there. Oh, he's in the wall there. Brooksy is there. Gap at the front is 9 seconds there. The gap for the man who has the penalty at the moment is William. He has 9 seconds of penalty, and Dynamite Dan is taking the lead on the terms of the times here. My golly gosh then. And look at that, he's yo-yoing around the moment. William, if William has anything in the piggy bank, in the tank, he needs to use it now, because Dynamo Dan could really steal a win and extend us in the World Championship. William has got a 3 second. Oh, and Brooksy's in the wall, and he is out of the race there. And yes, we felt it when we was on board of him, didn't we? He was pushing as hard as he can, and he is now out of this race then, which means that Vintage down to 9th position there. Stars in a fantastic 6 there. We're all winning Stars on. That is a fact, I'm sure of it. On board Dynamo Dan then. Well, the gap at the moment is at 9.1 seconds. He's a tempo away there from this Grand Prix win at the moment there. This is going to get very interesting indeed. New Potato Brooksy has left the session, and they're down to just 12 runners and riders in this Monaco Grand Prix. Dynamo Dan cannot afford any penalties at the moment there, but there is the gap then. Look on the left hand side there is the tower then. Vintage has dropped down into 10th position. Sickest Monk flying on those soft tires. He's back up at the 9th at the moment. They're doing well for the Mercedes team. The gap is 8.7 seconds now. Brooksy leads the Monaco Grand Prix, but it's yo-yoing around, isn't it? It's so tough and tight at the moment there. Oh, this is going to be a fantastic end to the Monaco Grand Prix. 8 laps to go in this one. The penalty situation is an interesting one. It is 9 seconds of penalty for William, 6 second penalty for New Potato as well. Dynamo Dan, no penalties for you, Manfro, no penalties for Marski, all for Hungry Styles. Serious Mush has got 3 seconds of penalties, 3 seconds for Bob, 11 seconds for Siggs Merc, which means Vintage has a chance to get back into 9th position there. That is the penalty situation at the moment. We're on board. Once again, the Ferrari driver, and he has now got a 2/10 of a second buffer for himself and William. It's not enough at the moment, is it? William now has got to find something, hasn't he? And we're on board with William once again. The New Potato doing a great job on those hard tires, isn't he? But I think that New Potato could be the help here of the Dynamo Dan needs. Because, sorry, the William needs, I should say, because he is going to be catching that Red Bull quite quickly. New Potato is not going to get out of the way, and look at that, and the gap is now down to 3 seconds. So this is going to get very interesting. I think that New Potato could help William win the Monaco Grand Prix. Now remember, they're all fighting for the World Championship, these 3 drivers are. At this moment in time, I expect them to be fighting for the World Championship very much in the next 20-odd races time as well. It's going to be a cracker, one to say the least, isn't it? 20-odd races time, I think the championship will be over then, wouldn't it? The next 10 to 15 races time then. But look, there is Dynamo Dan then. Oh my goodness me, 7 laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix. And this has been an absolute cracker, hasn't it? I'm wearing a white shirt because you can see all kinds of things you shouldn't be seeing at the moment. William is leading by 5.7 seconds, but the story is Dynamo Dan, no penalties. The gap is 8.2. He's on the medium compound tires. He may start to lose some grip towards the end of this stint now, but at the moment he's got the bit between his teeth here in this one. Oh, fantastic stuff indeed then. And goodness me, then this is going to be very much, remember the Japanese Grand Prix in 1994 was won on aggregate, wasn't it, by Damon Hill. We're going to have something similar, I think, here tonight then. Of course, that was mainly because they had a 2-part Japanese Grand Prix and they did it in a very unusual way. But here tonight then, it's about penalties, isn't it? And the lack of penalties for Dynamo Dan. There is, William has had so many penalties, doesn't he? He's been very much more often than not commanded this race, but all of a sudden, it's really starting to unravel. Swan Shanks is past Cars. I think Cars is in the pits, is he? One of the Aston Martin seems to be in the pits. Well, the only Aston Martin left in this race is Cars, so he's just going into the pits now. So he's dropped down into 12th position, unfortunately for Cars. On board there with Dynamo Dan. The gap is still 7.9 seconds at the moment, and he is gaining on the Red Bull. There is New Potato, and I think that Dan was hoping the New Potato, we wish the New Potato was further up the road, because that could cost it. You can lose so many seconds behind a slower car here in Monaco, can you? It's so difficult to overtake. This is going to be a crucial part of the Grand Prix, and I think that Dynamo Dan kind of wishes the New Potato wasn't there, and I think that could be the saving grace for William, but you never know, because those hard tyres have been on the car for 25 laps now. Can those hard tires get to the end for New Potato is the question that is the question that's on my mind. I must admit, I'm not too sure that he's now going into unmarked territory here, isn't he, with those hard tires. He's going to be he's going to have to be tippy-toeing, isn't he, towards the end of this one. Bobby's got past Serious Mushroom, made his way up into 7th position there. Serious Mushroom, good drive in 8th position, great drive indeed there for Serious Mushroom. Kept out of the walls. Hungry Stars is the man of the moment, in my opinion, there, along with Dynamo Dan, doing a great job out there. Those 2 drivers are fantastic stuff, along with the other 10 drivers, to be fair, for staying in this one. Fantastic. Gap in 5.5 seconds is stabilised between William and New Potato, but William needs to find something more, doesn't he? 4 laps to go in this race then. New Potato still got some pace, hasn't he, in that Red Bull. This is going to be a I don't know how to call that one, and you've just seen in front of us, that was a Haas car, that was not the but he's got it. Oh, William's got another penalty. Goodness gracious me! Has that all but handed the Grand Prix to Dynamo Dan now? It's given him a buffer, hasn't it, for Dynamo Dan? And New Potato could potentially be second here. It's all falling apart for the Alpine team there. Good heavens above there. It's now 12 seconds there. William is he is going to be he's going to be kicking himself at the end of this one, isn't it? And that is, I think that is going to be a major problem in this one, I think, for William. I don't think he's going to have the tires left then to to really muster up a defence here, does he? Because he is now. Well, that's Dynamo Dan's Valve in that Valve in the time limit here, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. Driver of the day has come out then, so we finally got a vote this week then, so good stuff indeed. We have got Styles there, Dynamo Dan and New Potato then, all coming up for Driver of the day. Who do you think will be Driver of the day? Well, I know my pick, definitely, absolutely perfect performance. For that driver so far, Dynamo Dan was surely got to be in the conversation as well. The gap is still lap 36. Goodness me, I thought it was lap 37 then. So we still got about 4 laps to go in this race. And Dynamo Dan, I thought the car's going to overtake then. It's just going back to the tyre situation at the moment there. The gap is for there's 14 laps on the medium tyres. The medium tyres are probably at the edge of their best now, aren't they? But Dynamo Dan does not have to take any risks, does he now then, as he has got a nice buffer, because look at the gap. The gap there is 12 seconds of penalties, but he has got well, the gap has gone up to 8 seconds there, hasn't it? But he has got a 4-second buffer now with 3 laps to go for Dynamo Dan. He is currently the net leader here in this Monaco Grand Prix, and this will be Dynamo Dan's second Grand Prix win of the season. William is the only driver to have 2 Grand Prix wins so far. Everyone else is on 1. This has been incredible stuff indeed. As we got Zack Attack. Hey, hello there, it's Forza. Hello, Forza. Of course, a former Grand Prix winner as well, I think, in bronze. So good stuff indeed. So you can see that is just watching Dynamo Dan then, who is just lapping Sirius Russian then, who's in 8th position at the moment. He should be safe from Sicker's Monk, I believe. So Sicker's Monk has got 11 seconds worth of penalties. My word, that penalties is definitely the order of the day, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. William leads them 12 seconds the penalty there. New Potato, if he's got anything left, can pinch second here, so it could be a lot worse now for William. But I think that the tyre life of that Red Bull is very much at the edge now, isn't it? Umabro in third with Umabro fourth, Marski in 5th position, Styles in a superb 6th position. Lap 38 out of 39 here in this Monaco Grand Prix. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. This has been an absolute clinic in a Grand Prix racing. It's been an absolute edge of your seat stuff indeed. And oh my word, there, just absolute into the. I think that Umabro is just coming to the pits, hasn't he? So he's going for fastest lap here, Umabro. That is the whole point about that fastest lap point right at the end of the race, and because of course that Umabro has built up a gap to his teammates. He's coming to the pits there. He's now got a fresh bit of track, a fresh bit of tarmac to now go for qualify mode. As long as he doesn't put it in the hedge or the barrier, is more likely actually around here. But I don't think there's many trees around here at all. So long as he doesn't put it in the barrier in the Armco, he should be able to get that extra point then. But of course, I think that fast lap was quite a while ago. So I think it was in the 20s, wasn't that fast that was? Back on board now with Dynamo Dan. He is our Grand Prix leader, and yellow flag then is one of the Styles has moved up into. Marski's dropped down into 6th position because look, Styles is up into a fantastic 5th position. My goodness me. This is having an absolute Kazakov for a 10-second penalty, so he is completely skipped one of the part of the circuit. So good heavens, that's William, he's struggling there. Is William got no? I think he's got no fuel. Remember what we had last night then as well. And William's Monaco Grand Prix is going from. I wonder if Mark's got the same issue as well, but he's got no fuel. And this is an absolute incredible ending. Of course, Dynamo Dan was winning this race anyway, wasn't he? But now with the no fuel in William's car, and Marski, I think, has got the same problem. He's got no fuel either. Goodness gracious me! Then we had the issues, didn't we? And last night with Camera Racer, and we got basically deja vu here. As you can see, that Dynamo Dan there giving that to Alpine a wide berth, isn't it? On the front of that, the Marski's lost out, and so has William as well. William has now only lost the lead. He's now lost second as well. Look, there's Marski. He is struggling to make it home, isn't he? And I think he has been lapped then. So Sirius Mushroom needs to get his keystroke move on if he wants that position, doesn't he? Oh my goodness me! Card. Sick as Merc, I think too far back, unfortunately. And now into the final corner, into Antidotes for the final time. And Dynamo Dan wins the Monaco Grand Prix, his second Grand Prix win of the season. Oh, what a fantastic race this was. If Umabro didn't come in the pits, Umabro would have got third in the end there. But William finishes third, but lost out in terms of no fuel. And Yamarski finished in the end, finished in front of Sirius Russian because he got lapped as well. My goodness gracious me, what an incredible end to that Monaco Grand Prix. That was the top three. Dynamo Dan, New Potato, you'd be happy with that, and William in third position. New Potato did 31 laps on those hard tires. That's redonkulous, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed. Umabro in fourth position against the fast lap, but he'd be kicking himself because he's missed out on the podium, hasn't he, there, missed out on the podium there for Umabro. Hungry Styles, what a performance, what a drive. He hasn't scored any points this season, but he has now got he's now winning Driver of the Day vote, and not only that, he has also he deserves it, and that is an incredible drive from Hungry Styles. He gets 5th position in the Williams. That is a fantastic performance there from Hungry Styles, Driver of the Day. Magnificent stuff indeed. Kaz just coming across the line and coming through the line as well. Dynamo Dan won the race then. No penalties at all for Dynamo Dan, and of course he was leading the race even without William getting the issues with the fuel. But Dynamo Dan there, what an incredible performance there from Dynamo Dan, with New Potato second, William in third position there, and he is going to be devastated with that. But Dynamo Dan is extending his lead in the World Championship. Styles, Driver of the Day, yep, you can't argue with that, can you? And he also got Driver of the Day, I think, in the van vote as well, with New Potato getting 33%, which is because of mainly because of those that 33 lap stint on those hard tires. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. Well, there's going to be one dejected driver on the podium there, William there, who was leading, well, I think he was leading the majority of most of this race, wasn't he? I can't remember him losing the lead there, but unfortunately, fuel, just like Camera, but not only that, it was the pounds as well that cost William's day. He would have got second, but then the fuel at the end there as well, and it cost Marski as well a position or two. But Dynamo Dan, but on the plus side, Dynamo Dan gets a second Grand Prix win this season, extends it in the World Championship, and I must say, about 20 laps ago, I didn't think that was possible, but Dynamo Dan, a mammoth stint in the end there, went for the alternative strategy and won the race. Fantastic stuff indeed. And let's take a final look at the classification then from the Monaco Grand Prix. Dynamo Dan there, what a performance. His second Grand Prix in the season, is now still the championship leader, I should say. He extended it in the World Championship. Second position is New Potato, with mammoth stint on those hard tires. William penalties and of course the misjudgment on the fuel cost him a win today. Umabro in fourth position there. He cost him a podium by coming in the pits, but he did get fastest lap on the final lap. Hungry Styles, Driver of the Day, performance as well of the day. He was supreme, was the Hungry Styles is. He'll be overjoyed with that result. That's a brilliant result from Styles. Absolutely fantastic. Bob in sixth position there. Good drive from Bob there. Marski ran out of fuel and cost himself fifth position, didn't he? Serious Mushroom in eighth position. Sick as Mug got ninth in the end, and Vintage got that point as well. Very good day for the Williams team today. Very strong stuff indeed. Swan Shanks in 11th with Kaz in 12th position. It was a very high level of retirements here in Monaco, but what did you expect? Brooksy out of the race said he was on course for a superb sixth position, but before it went wrong in the swimming pool. Bullet out of the race with Scooby Stew, TK, Echo, Duncan, Dave, and Jenna all retired then from the Monaco Grand Prix. And Dynamo Dan, your second Grand Prix win of the season, but not only that, you've also extended your lead in the championship as well. You went for the alternative strategy, but my goodness me, that final stint there was pretty impressive stuff indeed there. But did you know what was going on with William and his penalties?
I just watched them clock up as I went along. I was hoping for second, but first I couldn't really ask much more really.
No, you couldn't. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. Of course, you did start on the hard tyres and you went for the alternative strategy. Did you feel a bit vulnerable at the start there with those hard tyres? Because a lot of drivers was on the medium tyres around you, they would have got off the line better. Was you concerned by that?
Oh, I was massively out of my depth at the start. I literally had no temperature in the tyres. I couldn't get out of any turn whatsoever. But as you know, with Monaco, track position is king. So I just held on for dear life.
And you certainly did as well. And as I said, that final stint was absolutely mammoth indeed. Then, and you sit when the gap was like when William had 9 seconds worth of penalties. Was you concerned by New Potato because he was on 30 odd laps on those hard tyres? Was you concerned he was going to hold you up and cost you the win?
Yeah, towards the end, before the penalty point started to jump up, I thought he was going to get in the way. But to be fair, with the really old hards, he was still putting some time out. So I don't think I'd need a couple more laps, I think, to have catched him like that.
And this is your first Grand Prix win since the Australian race, and you are very much Mr. Consistent. You've scored in every single race so far, and you now extend your lead in the championship going into Azerbaijan. Most drivers do quite happy the fact is that Monaco's out of the way. I presume that you're one of those drivers, or would you rather go back to Monaco again next week?
I'm probably one of the few that actually enjoy Monaco. I've got a crappy racing wheel, so for me it's quite fun, and I know everyone hates it, so I get the added advantage of enjoying it because I'm not the fastest.
But you certainly are in the championship, and that is the main thing. And this is only round 7. And am I counting my chickens too early about thinking about the championship for yourself?
Yeah, I think it's way too early, but we'll see how the league goes on.
That's why I'm a commentator, but I've already think I've won it. Thank you very much, Don. Well done. A superb performance today, indeed. And New Potato back on the podium here tonight. And this is your, I think this is your second podium of the season after your incredible win in Bahrain. Goodness gracious me, it feels like a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming.
And of course, then at the beginning, then you seemed to come in the pits early. Did you have wing damage? I think you did, didn't you?
Yep, just after at the end of sector two, I clipped the curb and put me under the wall, so that sort of upset me a wee bit. But I just threw on the hards and just kept going for it, hoping for another safety car, but it didn't come my way, so just kept pushing.
And goodness me, how did you manage to keep those tires going for 30 odd laps? And was you concerned that you would get a puncture or anything like that, or was you just conserving the tires? Was you confident?
You know what, Sean? I never even checked the tire wear on them. I didn't even look at it to put myself under pressure. I just kept going and going and going.
You're braver than
Just,
me, goodness me. And Dynamo Dan even said that you had a lot of pace towards the end then. And I was saying that you was very much flirting with getting that second position off of William then. But when you seen William slow down with an issue with the fuel there, I bet you was elated, weren't you, in the car?
I was, to be honest, I was sort of angry because I got two silly 3 second penalties. I took the same line in that corner every time, and for some reason it just gave me a penalty every other lap. I got a penalty for it in warning. So, but it is what it is. I'm happy with P2.
And going on to Azerbaijan, then of course there's another street circuit. How are you feeling going into Azerbaijan? I've got to say you are a brave cookie for not looking at your tyre wear. You got to be an even braver cookie to go from turn 16 to turn 1 in Azerbaijan flat out. How are you feeling?
I'm looking forward to it because I used to enjoy it, but I haven't really done it much racing on it this season. So we'll see how it goes, and fingers crossed. I'd love to go back to Monaco.
Goodness me, two drivers who want to go back to Monaco. Good gosh, fantastic stuff. Well done to yourself as well. Great to see you back on the podium
Thank you.
after a long time coming as well. New Dynamo Dan also extends lead in the World Championship as well. William, I don't think is in the party as unfortunately he'll be a bit disappointed about what happened here tonight. Then. And that is it for Monaco for another season. And goodness gracious me, that was a cracking one, wasn't it? I absolutely loved that from start to finish. But of course, commiserations to William there as once again he had a clinic, but it was such a shame with the fuel issue towards the end there. Hungry Stars draw today, and I got to say that was one of my favourite parts of the season so far, seeing Stars getting up into 5th position as well. Serious Mushing, great drive as well, and Marsky unfortunately had a fuel issue as well towards the end of that race. That is going to be it then for Monaco. We are in Portimao in the Argive tomorrow night. Where Knowles is going to be talking you through the 100% race. That is going to be a brutal one indeed, isn't it? And then we'll be back in action for Baku in a week's time. Then coming up this Sunday, actually, good gracious.